welcome to Cheap Joe's Art Stuff. My name is Julie, and I'm here to impart some knowledge to you today via a 2-minute art tip, which admittedly is rarely 2 minutes. And today it definitely won't be. So get comfortable. Today we're going to be talking about Cheap Joe's own Koda art markers. And I am here with Amanda, who runs our Booone outlet store. And she is really the person who has much more experience in the marker arena than I do. And so we wanted to have her on so she could talk a little bit about her process and her experience using Koda and like how she does her magic stuff. So
it's all witchcraft.
Yeah. And I'm just going to be doodling and passively asking her questions. So I've just got a lame sketch. She's got a much more thought out thing already going. What surface are you working on?
This is, I think it was a sample of marker paper. I usually work on like the Canson XL marker paper. And it's super thin, and upon looking at it, you would think, this is going to go badly. The marker is going to bleed right through this. Oh my gosh, but it doesn't. It's made to not do that. And it makes a really nice surface to blend on.
So have you primarily just done marker comp paper, or have you done any experimentation on illustration board or anything like that?
I've used Bristol board as well. And it's very similar. It's easier to like over flood the paper with the marker paper. Which I've done a few times and ended up getting very mixed media with it to fix what I've kind of messed up.
Right. So something to tighten up your lines and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, because I've found that they flow pretty rapidly, and if you're not paying attention, you can layer yourself into oblivion.
Yes.
There.
Yeah, which is what I did on the spring flyer cover image.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
Good to know.
Yeah. But it still turned out beautiful.
Yeah.
I was told.
I thought so. And I'm basically working on a marker comp and like a little marker comp sketch. And like what Amanda was saying, you know, it's designed for marker, but you can see that you can bleed it through if you if you go to town on it.
You can see that on the back here.
Yeah.
As well.
That's very cool. One of the things I didn't go into a lot in our last Koda video, which you can find on YouTube on our channel, where I've already kind of discussed like the tech properties of it, but we wanted you to see like a little bit from somebody who is working with them regularly about how they use them, what surfaces Amanda is using Koda on, and how she's using them in conjunction with other media. Because like as she was saying, when she over flooded the paper before, she was tightening up her line work with other things. And I think you were saying Posca was one.
Posca markers to kind of bring back the flesh tone I was hoping to get, that I ended up completely destroying in the process. But
well, hey,
unbeknownst to me, it ended up on a flyer, so I guess that means it turned out pretty well.
Yeah, it was glorious. So yeah, and I, like I had said, my experience area is not generally with markers. I don't have that much experience with them, but I definitely have loved using these. It's not like I have never done it, and I haven't never used the other stuff that we have, other brands that we've carried. It's just that I don't typically execute anything exclusively with like marker, not normally. So we definitely wanted to have Amanda on to talk about like what she knows about them and how she uses them and what she's experienced using them.
I have to say, I never used markers very often before we got these, and then I just kind of went full tilt all in on it because that's how I function. That's good old ADHD for you.
A little is never enough.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, I like this. This is fun. This is neat. This is doing very cool things. Then all of a sudden I had all of them and, was just...
Yeah. Well, I see no problem there.
No,
Yeah,
right? You need
sounds
art
good to
supplies,
me.
right?
Yeah.
It's not an addiction. It's a collection.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's mass addition. Yeah. Well, and like I have just been playing around with the test ones that have been floating around the office and stuff, and I don't know. I'm pretty proud of myself at what I was able to accomplish with just a handful of colors. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like, I was surprised that I was able to hold it together and blend anything, that looked like something. So I felt like it was pretty good. And considering that, I can understand all the tech properties from, the stat sheet is one thing, but like when you're really using them in a practical application, that's a totally different thing. And I was surprised that I could do it. Because
I think you just have to kind of figure out how they function and you maybe want to stay like at the edge of a line instead of going all the way up to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because it does bleed.
Yeah. It moves around a little bit. But one of the things I do like about them is that the smell is not overwhelming.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't be able to use them.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Me neither. Because if it was anything other than alcohol, it would be 15 or 20 minutes and I'd have to stop because it absolutely will rip a hole through my brain. So these are delightful in that you can really play and have a good time and not have a migraine, Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
I don't need that with my art materials, so. But, yeah, this is extra fun, and I'm happy with the things that I've already got to play around with and do with these. And another cool thing that we didn't get to talk about the last time was that the reason they're called dual tip is because you have two functioning ends. You got a brush or a bullet. So
they're all brush nibs and chisels.
Brush nibs and chisels, folks.
The actual.
And the cool part is that you can, when this end wears out, pull this and you can...
Let's see how that works with the blender marker.
Okay.
Keep our fingers clean.
Uh-huh.
Does it? Oh.
Yep, and it's got a functioning other end so that you can just flip it over.
Which is actually honestly really nice with the blenders because you're moving all that ink around. It's going to get like messy and, a lot of times you can work that back out of the marker on a scrap piece of paper, but
yeah,
sometimes you can't get all of it.
or me, where you can just mess up some more paper. So, but that's a really nice feature, and will lend extra life to your markers, so you're not replacing them as often, and which makes them an extra good deal in that way. So, we just wanted to take a minute and show you a little bit functionally about how these worked and what you can do with them. We're going to show some of Amanda's other work with the Koda markers right here so that you can check them out. But we hope that you'll dip a toe in and try some marker with the new Koda dual tip art markers available right here at Cheap Joe's. We do have a 365-day return policy, so if you're unhappy with them in any way, you have a whole year to test drive them and make a decision about whether you need to return them or not for a full refund. So make sure to take a look at Koda art markers. We are sure that you will enjoy. Thanks for joining us for another installment of 2-Minute Art Tips right here at Cheap Joe's Art Stuff. We hope you enjoyed this video and maybe learned a little something. If so, give us a like, comment with your thoughts, and share with a friend. Subscribe below and don't miss a single 2-Minute Art Tips and help us reach 150,000 subscribers. See you next time.